What makes your soul dance? What makes your soul dance? Does your soul dance when you listen to music or hear birds sing? Does your soul dance when you gaze at the night sky on a clear summer night? Did your soul dance if you saw the aurora borealis the other night? Does your soul dance at the sound of the ocean at the beach? What makes your soul dance? Human beings are created to dance. And you don't need feet to dance. All of us can dance here inside. Does your soul dance at the touch of someone you love who is near? Does your soul dance at the memory of someone who is gone? On this seventh Sunday of Easter, we are invited to dance. On this particular Sunday, the church observes the moment when Jesus ascends into heaven. The feast of the Ascension was actually last week, falling on Thursday. But because it falls on a weekday, Ascension Day isn't necessarily embedded very deeply in our psyche. So the lessons today focus on it. Consider the Ascension as the time when one dance ends, the dance of Easter. As we know, Easter marks the time when Jesus comes back to be with his followers for a short time after his death on the cross. He appears to them in a physical form that is not completely physical. They see him in dreams and visions, at breakfast on a beach, on a road to a town called Emmaus. He comes to his disciples in a closed room, walking through a locked door. And he comes to his disciples in many, many other places. And his followers learn how to dance with Jesus in a new way. Then, abruptly, Jesus tells his disciples, the dance is over. He is going away, ascending into heaven. He prays for their protection, and he's gone. The church calls this moment the Ascension, and it sounds weighty and grand and glorious. Jesus is carried into the clouds and disappears out of sight. But I would imagine that for these first followers of Jesus, his disappearance is not so grand and glorious. As the dance ends, the disciples feel an excruciating silence and emptiness, and a terrible void fills their souls as Jesus goes away. Except Jesus doesn't go away. He is always here, teaching his followers a new dance in a new way at the center of their beings. Jesus is still present with us, the spark inside our souls, teaching us dance steps for a way of living based on love, not hate, forgiveness, not revenge, hope, not fear. And all of us can learn this dance by listening for the spark of the Spirit deep within all of us, whispering to us in the dark night or in the brightness of the day. We can learn to dance by listening for the Spirit in each other and in all people everywhere. William Temple, who was the courageous Archbishop of Canterbury in the Second World War and who landed with the troops at the Normandy invasion, once wrote that Christianity is not a religion, it is a revelation. By that he meant Christianity is not defined so much by a rigid set of doctrines. Rather, Christianity is defined by a continuing experience, a revelation of the risen Christ deep within all of us, and also revealed to us outside us in our life, in our experience. This revelation is not about the nature of God in heaven, but about the nature of God in the world. In the lesson from John's Gospel today, Jesus tells his followers he has taught them all he can teach them in this world. Listen beneath the words as Jesus wraps this in a prayer. All mine are yours, and yours are mine, he prays. And now I am no longer in the world, but they are in the world. He knows that we are the ones to carry on in this world. And then Jesus goes a few more steps in his prayer. Protect them in my name, he prays, so that they may be one as we are one. Hear this again, that they may be one as we are one. We are made one with each other as Jesus is one with the Creator. But we also know the world does not dance as one. Hatred, violence, warfare, persecution, poverty, partisan politics, none of this looks remotely like we are one, let alone dancing as one. Yet Jesus prays we will learn this new dance one step at a time, and then we will show the world by how we live how to dance as one. This new dance is not easy to learn. We will get our feet all tangled up. We will stumble. We will fall. And then we need to get up, dust ourselves off, and relearn the steps. We can learn how to dance by being vulnerable and honest with each other. We can learn to dance not by fleeing from the wounds of the world, but by committing one small act of kindness, one moment at a time, bringing love, peace, reconciliation everywhere we go. And it will all add up. Learning this dance, living this dance, is not just about the health of ourselves, but it's really about the health of others. This is about the health of the entire world. It is also about the health even of those who live by hate. Howard Thurman, an African-American preacher, pastor, and theologian who had an enormous influence on the civil rights movement and has had an enormous influence on me, wrote extensively on this theme. And he put this way better than I can. Howard Thurman wrote this: Jesus rejected hatred because he saw that hatred meant death to the mind, death to the spirit, death to communion with his Father. Hatred infects the hater, he wrote, hatred breeds more hatred. So Thurman wrote that to truly set aside hate, we must love our neighbors, quote, directly, clearly, permitting no barriers between. We aren't even permitted barriers with our enemies. Well, my friends, the strength to do this can only come from a power greater than us, the risen Christ deep within us, who will teach us one dance step at a time, over and over, and never, never, never give up on any of us. And so, my friends, let your soul learn to dance. Amen.